Hi friends, I'm Scott Giles, a certified consulting hypnotist and a life coach. And every Saturday afternoon at about 2:30 Central Time, I make a short 5 or 10 minute video about some aspect of life coaching or the hypnotic arts and sciences. Today I want to talk about a psychological tool for staying positive and keeping a positive mental attitude. I work a lot with people who are having medical problems and especially chronic problems like cancer, uncontrolled pain from chronic arthritis, and so on. And maintaining a positive attitude is difficult for those people. And over time, the brain actually rewires itself. So in the face of that illness or that pain, so that it becomes harder and harder and harder to stay positive. And I found this tool or technique to be helpful. It's called segmentation. Now, it's not original with me. It comes from the somewhat metaphysical Abraham Hicks material. I don't necessarily follow the metaphysical side of that, but I do read the material because a lot of the techniques that are described, I do find work. Segmentation means stopping several times in the course of a day to ask what you really want from that section of your day. And you need to be specific about it. For example, today, Saturday, I got up and I drove in my car to Edward Hospital, where I maintain one of my 4 free clinics for cancer patients. So a segment would be that drive. Then I got to the clinic, and another segment would be the group itself and everything I did there and the hypnosis I did there. Another segment, the drive home. Another segment, having lunch. Another segment, doing this video. And after this video, there'll be a final segment, which will be my afternoon clients. Now, so when I got in my car, when I entered that segment, what I wanted was a smooth traffic flow. Regardless of whether or not I get it, I'm setting an intention. When I got into my car, I hoped to have a smooth traffic flow and a safe trip. I find that the more I do that, I find myself holding that same intention every time I get into my car. This programs the subconscious mind. Soon my subconscious will guide me into unknowingly planning my driving at those times in the day when I'm likely to have the easiest drive, so that I can get what I want from that segment of my day involving driving. When I sit down with a client, I ask myself what I want in order to have a quality session with this client. Pretty soon, I'm doing that every time I sit down with a client when I enter such a segment. And pretty soon, I find that I am subconsciously screening clients for those who have the attributes of an ideal client for me, the kind I feel close with, I feel good about, and that I know I can help. They're my ideal client. And I know I'm going to have a good experience with such clients because I've got a long track record that this is the sort of person I can help. So when I enter a client care segment, I set the intention of a great session with that client, and my subconscious mind internalizes that. And as I decide if I'm going to add a client to my practice during the initial screening, I find myself choosing the clients with whom I'm going to have a good experience. Intentionality brings clarity. Lack of it brings confusion. When you use segmentation in the course of your day, you're constantly asking yourself, what is it you want from that segment of the day? And when you do that, you maximize your chances of getting it because you're attending to those things in the environment that you might otherwise overlook, missing opportunities and so on, to get the experience that you want or to learn what you need to do to have the experiences that you want. If I want to have a smooth driving experience in a segment of driving, I don't want to do it at rush hour. I don't want to do it in horrible weather. And so I find myself not driving in really bad weather and not driving in rush hour. I don't have to think about it, just setting the intention that in that segment of a day, such a segment where I'm driving, I want to have a smooth experience. I will unconsciously guide myself to make that happen. If you're clear on what you want, you have a good chance of attracting it to you. You're no longer out of control. Instead, you are in control to the degree control is possible by taking every opportunity to manifest what you actually want in that segment. So the genius of this idea is as you go from one segment of your day to another segment of your day, you're always clear on what you want to get from that segment. You don't always get it, but the fact that you're clear about what you do want guides your subconscious mind into shaping your experience to maximize the chances of getting that. And I don't allow my annoyance about what happened in one segment to contaminate the other segments. Each segment is surrounded by kind of emotional brackets. So if I had a bad driving experience on my way to Edward Hospital, I don't let that contaminate my emotions now that I'm in this completely different segment of making this video. Each segment is bracketed. So that's the technique. You divide your day up into parts by what you're doing. In each part, you learn to ask yourself, what do I ideally want to get out of this segment of my day? You set an intention. And whether or not you get it, by setting the intention, you program your unconscious mind to help you get it then and in the future times. And if you don't get it, each segment stands alone, and you don't let the emotions from one segment contaminate another segment. It's a really effective tool once you learn to use it. So I recommend you give it a try. Thank you for your attention. I'll be back next week with another video. I'm going to talk about the process of hypnotic healing, how I actually work with people hypnotically who are struggling with various problems and issues. Thank you for your attention. As always, if I can be of help to you, either as a coach or as a hypnotist, please feel free to reach out to me, and you have a great day.